and existing members of the We Do Not Care Club. I started this club for all women in perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. We are putting the world on notice that we simply just do not care much anymore. This is a special edition dedicated to our sisters who are quietly holding it together. The ones who are tired, the ones who are healing and still showing up even when it hurts. Sisters, I just want to remind you, no matter where you are in your journey, we don't always have to be strong. Sometimes strength is letting go, breaking down, and beginning again. You are not alone, and you are enough. Let's go ahead and get started with today's announcements. We do not care if we feel lost. Being lost just means that we have outgrown our map. We do not care if we can't explain our pain. Some storms aren't meant to be understood, just survived. We do not care if we doubt ourselves. Every great awakening starts with confusion. We do not care if our dreams feel far away. Time has a way of circling back around to what's meant for us. We do not care if we cry for no reason. Healing doesn't announce itself. Sometimes it just shows up as tears that won't stop falling. We do not care if sometimes we need our space. The world has taken so much from us. We have to protect our peace like it's oxygen. We do not care if we wake up more tired than when we go to bed. Surviving right now is a full-time job. We do not care if we move slower now. We're walking with intention, not racing for approval. We do not care if our softness sometimes comes with boundaries. That's what survival has taught us. We are no longer chasing validation. We have found it in the mirror. I know these announcements are a little bit different from our normal announcements, but I've talked to so many of my sisters, and many of us are hurting. Sisters, you have to know that you are not alone in how you feel. So many of us are going through. We have to stand strong together, and that is the reason for the We Do Not Care Club. So to conclude, for all new and existing members of the We Do Not Care Club, please put what you do not care about today in the comments so that we can add those to our list. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I was muted. Hi, welcome to the Loon. I'm trying something a little different this time around. And do you know who that was I played in the beginning? She is Melanie. Give me one moment because I was trying to see if I could get this to play on this TV screen so I could see what's going on. Well, it looks like it's not going to play. So let's see if we could fix this. Okay, so what we're going to do here, okay, is we're going to talk a little bit about Melanie. Melanie encompasses everything that we actually talk about when it comes to dealing with menopause. And it's up until recently, it's been an unspoken, like a taboo topic for us. Well, for the mainstream, because we all go through it. We just suffer in silence, which is why I love Melanie so much. And I just discovered her recently. And I am so upset that no one ever introduced me to her. I ran across her shorts in on not YouTube, on X, and someone played her, and she's not on X, unfortunately. Um, but she is, and on in the description I have it that she's on Pins Pinterest, I think. She's on TikTok, definitely on YouTube, and she is also on Facebook. So I put the links downstairs. Please give her a follow because it is so worth following her. So it's humor, but it's also inspirational. We suffer in silence. Those who go through perimenopause, those who go through menopause and postmenopause, it is a suffering that you go through. Sometimes you see here, I am sweating like it's out of style. Unfortunately, that's part of the process. But there are other things that you go through, and it hurts a little emotionally, physically, well, definitely physically. And there's usually no one to speak to or to share your experience with when you're going through this. So, her idea, and I'm not sure if she did it in jest. I know I do check her YouTube channel out, and I think she do get a lot of requests for interviews. If I ever have another interview, I would like to interview her because I like to know how she came up with it. And one of the things that tends to happen is you tend to lose confidence. So that took a lot of confidence for her to do that. But you have to check her out. If you know someone going through perimenopause, someone who is actually going through it, this helps you. And what made me like her the most is the I do not care. Because you do hit a point. Granted, usually is a fleeting moment thing, but there are times you just come and say, I don't care. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care that you wanted me to do X, Y, and Z. We're not going to do it. I'm not in the mood. And that's like it's like the grandma attitude, but it's part of the process. It's part of our aging and our wisdom process. And this is going to be a very short one for the weekly brunch because I wanted to introduce people to Melanie whenever I'm going through, because unfortunately with the sudden sweating, you can tell that I'm going through stuff, whether I want to or not. It happens on the fly. It's not something that, I could control. I know when it's coming. No, I could sit down and I could be in a cold room and then all of a sudden feels like I just walked into a volcano. Those of you who knows. And you do get that moment of, I don't care. I don't care if I told you this. I don't care if I said this. I don't care if I am not in the mood and I'm not dealing with it. And this helps you feel that you're not being difficult. It's unapologetic. That's what it is. It's unapologetic. This is what we go through. I don't need to apologize. And this is something, when I first started first it was weekly charge up, now it's a weekly brunch. I said I wanted us to share our experiences and basically share different parts of what's going on in life, have a discussion about it. And that's the discussion. She's having the discussion of, this is how we feel. Tread lightly. And it also makes you, if you are experiencing it, and I'm speaking from personal experience, if you are going through this experience, it shows that you are not alone. People could be cruel. People could be mean. And when you're going through these changes, people don't put that in consideration. I believe in the tribal community, although that's non-existent at this point. And it's almost a concept that most people don't believe in. But once you experience it, granted, I've never met her face to face. I've only met her via YouTube, and I am very grateful that she came out and did it. And I'm sure everyone who's going through the change, anyone who's preparing to go through the change, it's a breath of fresh air knowing that you are not alone, which is the message that she sends there within her videos. So this week, if you're going through the change, if you know someone who's going through the change, because it'll help you put yourself in their shoes, go ahead and check Melanie out. She has a large community. Millions and millions of women share her. Actually, not only women, I've seen a few guys share it too, share her experience. And the biggest message in her jest and in her joking is spreading the message that although you go through perimenopause and menopause alone, you are not alone. Different aspects of what you're experiencing, millions of other women go through it. Our grandmothers went through it before, our mothers went through it before, and if you have daughters, your daughters will go through it behind you. And it's not fair to let them go through it alone. I had one of my sisters, I am the eldest, so I thought I was going to go through this perimenopause thing on my own. I was going to be the first. Turns out I wasn't the first. My sister went through it first, and I was kind of hurt because she didn't share the experience with me. The only time she shared the experience with me was when I started complaining about these strange symptoms, and I didn't understand what was happening. And I think, and she came up and she's like, "Oh yeah, that's what you're going through." What do you mean? How do you know? I've been going through it for the last 5 years, and yet you said nothing. It explained to me the previous, well, now 6 years ago, why her attitude changed, why she was a certain way. It's if we don't vocalize, if we don't share our experience, it's not only not getting the person who's about to go through it some insight on what they're about to experience, but it's also you're not sharing to people that, okay, the reason why I'm this way is because my first experience, because I don't know, my grandmother, my mother, they were silent people. They kept it inside. I didn't even know they went through perimenopause or menopause. So I didn't know what they were going through. They were just mom and grandma, and they were just being basically cranky as far as I was concerned. And we shouldn't let that go. We should enjoy the humor, but we should have an open conversation. If you are feeling so hot that you probably need an ice bath, and I am not over exaggerating about that part, go ahead. Ooh, I'm having a hot one. You don't want to tell everybody, but let people know, yeah, I'm not in a very nice frame of mind, so don't test me. If you don't want to go out, don't go out. You'll make everybody miserable. What I'm saying is that she talks in humor, but she has put together a sisterhood, which if you are going through the change, you may want to check her videos out once a day for some light humor to take the edge off, and it does. And if anything, any takeaway you go through, you know you are not going through this alone. Well, that's it for this week's weekly brunch. So go ahead and check out Melanie, join her sisterhood, become a member of the I Do Not Care Club. I love that club, and I thank God every day that she created this club because it helps us realize we are not alone. I'm going to leave you off with today's message from Melanie. Oh no, that's the wrong one. I didn't have it queued up. I do apologize. But we're going to leave off with her message for today. Oh no, this was her message for, let's see. I do apologize. I usually have it up. Here we go. Here we go. If you like this video or know someone who would benefit, and I hope you know someone who will benefit from this, go ahead, like, share, and if you want to know when I drop more videos, go ahead and subscribe. And I'm going to try to leave the news stuff that I like to put on News with the Loon, and go ahead and like and subscribe on that one as well. And on that note, I say have a beautiful day and enjoy the rest of your week.
In perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause, we are putting the world on notice that we simply just do not care much anymore. Let's go ahead and get started with today's announcements. We do not care load of laundry. We are not ready to fold those clothes yet. We do not care if we said we were cooking dinner today. That was this morning's energy. This afternoon's energy is different. We do not care if you eat cereal for dinner. If it's good enough for breakfast, then it's good enough for dinner. We do not care if we did not go anywhere yesterday. We're not going anywhere today either. We do not care if we locked the car door on the fob 5 times. We can't remember if we did it the first 4 times. We're doing it again. We do not care about the leaves on the patio. The leaves are outside. We are inside. We do not care if we told you on Monday that we were going to deep clean this entire weekend. It's Sunday, and all we've done is look at the vacuum. We were a different person on Monday. This concludes our announcements. All new and existing members, go ahead and put what we do not care about today in the comments so I can add